Hi, my name is Alexa.
Hi, my name's Casey.
My name's Kaylee.
My name is Shada.
My name is David.
My name is Jason.
My name is Lauren.
Okay, so this is our last podcast. This is the sixth one, right? The sixth one. And basically, what we came up with was the GoFundMe, and we're trying to share that as much as possible. Let me share my screen. Okay, so this is our GoFundMe. This was our final result. We're gonna use the money starting now. Like, we're gonna be going shopping like in segments, so it's not like all at once and then we feel like rushed to do things. So we're gonna go like little by little and then donate to shelters that are in need things, because a lot of these places are nonprofit and so they don't get much funding from people besides like the government, but like it's not like by like donations and stuff. So I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, so they don't get like very much like help. So with us being able to do that, we could help people in need. We've called shelters and asked them what they were in need of. A lot of them were in need of food and blankets. A lot of them were in need of like food and blankets. So we're gonna be doing that soon.
So we're gonna compare some things, right, Casey?
Oh yeah. So there's a lot of crises in the world, like a lot of things like that people can try to change, and a lot of them relate to poverty.
For example, good health and well-being. When a lot of people are in poverty, it's hard to maintain good health, and because it's hard and it's a struggle to afford basic necessities at the least.
And with that, so they struggle to afford like the necessities that they need to stay healthy, and then on top of that, it's hard for them to get affordable healthcare. And so that's why it's a big issue, because people are struggling to have the basic necessities, and it's causing them to get ill or not being taken care of enough because they can't afford it.
Along with that, good education.
Okay, so good education, like education goes with like kind of like the no hunger issue that we have too, where people are going hungry. Because of COVID, the school shut down and a lot of children depended on food, like the food from the school to get their meals. And then in some places, it's not easy to get into schools, and like it's harder for them to travel to get to school. And so a lot of people are struggling with that.
Along with gender equality also can be compared with poverty.
Because I forgot the gender equality. Okay, so a lot of people work like in an informal economy, and a lot of women actually work with the informal economy, and 60% of those people working there, 60% of them are at high risk for poverty.
Okay, well, back to the clean water. When you're in poverty, you're not really worried about how clean your water is. You're mainly worried about getting water in general. And sometimes there's not enough funding to get that specific clean water that everybody is looking for.
So with the with them not having enough funding for like access to clean, healthy water, a lot of the water is dirty, you know, and it has a lot of bacteria, which once again falls in like the poverty, and that like they can't afford to get the clean water, and then that falls in back again with the good health and well-being, because when they get sick from drinking the contaminated water, they don't have like a way to be like get taken care of, you know?
Yep.
Yeah. And like when you're in poverty, you're trying to find the littlest job you can, so it's hard to find decent work, especially because nowadays people want the like the higher end, like the more educated people to do with their work.
Yeah, and jobs being lost from COVID because of high poverty.
Yeah, so with that, like, because of COVID, like, okay, yeah, the jobs are being lost, and like it makes poverty rates higher because it's so hard for people to like get jobs, and people lost, like they got pay cuts and stuff like that, and so many people were on unemployment, but there's only so much you can do with that.
Yeah.
And then also because of lack of jobs that are in certain places causes poverty, which falls under the like decent work. Oh, a big one is the infrastructure and like industries and innovation. So when you go to certain places, you see a lot that like certain areas are more prone to like have like, oh, like trash in the streets, holes in the ground, like potholes and stuff.
Yeah.
And people are like, okay, so you're required to pay taxes, and then your taxes are supposed to go to like help, like help build like America and make it like better. But I know. So like cities with like how do I explain it? Oh yeah, low income cities like are more prone to like have like homelessness.
More or less of the story. There's a lot going on and that people don't realize when people are in poverty. People just think that they're just poor, but they don't realize there's other reasons behind, other things that can compare to being in poverty.
Okay.
Reasons.
Oh yeah. Okay. I remembered what I was gonna say. So with like the infrastructure and stuff, like in more areas with poverty, like they're building like lots of like buildings that aren't really used, like they're just building, like just to build. And so like the more buildings in high poverty areas, it's harder for people to like with COVID, like social distance, because like there's only so many places you can go. And like, yeah, like their health could be bad, and then like the healthcare and everything. So like majority of the crises are like linked together because like it's like a chain reaction.
Yeah.
So with our final solution, it's not really a final solution. So we're gonna be working within the next few weeks, even with the next few months, and ongoing with that to raise money, and we're gonna be doing it in bundles to go out and give, and that is our final solution with that we're gonna be doing.
Also, I don't know who was in here last time in the meeting. It was Marixa. I think it was Marixa. So we talked about like getting because shelters are only accepting newer stuff, and there's some people that don't really know about like shelters, and there's like they don't really have phones to go on social media and be like, oh hey, look, this is happening. So what me and Marixa talked about doing was getting like some old stuff that we don't use and going to the park and like giving it out to like the homeless there. And then we're just trying to find like little ways that we can contribute to this issue. Oh yeah, so this started off as like a school project, and it was supposed to last 6 weeks, but some of us decided to continue on with it after because we realized like how much of a serious issue it is. And so we're going to be continuing with that for a while, some of us. And we're selling merch. We forgot to talk about that. So we have shirts. Yeah, we can see
Okay,
it.
so this is our logos. We're going to be putting on shirts and other other merchandise. This is gonna be the front, and this is our back. And we're gonna have our Instagram where we're still gonna be active and giving out more information.
So we'll drop the link to the GoFundMe in the description below. We'll drop the link to the GoFundMe, and then we'll drop the link to the Shopify to buy the merch. If anybody could help out or at least share this information, like if you're watching this far, like if you made this far after like I stuttered through every other word, like if you could share the link, at least, like anything helps, whether it's like $1, $5 a share, like it doesn't matter. Like we're just trying to spread as much awareness as possible. Okay, well that's it. Bye.